We're going live. Another pop-up show. This is Ralph Rena. Capital Underground face-to-face. CapitalUndergroundRadio.com. We're sponsored by Paulie's Hotel in Albany and Putnam Place in Saratoga Springs. If you're seeing this video right now, please like, share, subscribe as it goes on YouTube and on Facebook. I think before we actually get started, we're going to just let this run a little bit. And like I said, you can go to the Capital Underground page and you can share this. That's where it all really helps us to get the word out about local musicians. We're going live with Dustin Sawyer in just a few.
Whoa. Hey there. Hey, follow me.
Hey there, I'm Dustin Sawyer, and I'm throwing a release show, October 22nd. Wear a flannel like one of these, get a door prize like one of these. I'll be joined by some of my best friends and heroes, like Tony Zaloni of the great band Totally Gnarly, and local heartthrob, Kyle Rex. Oh, and don't forget, if you wear one of these flannels, you get a giveaway. Like one of these sweet coolers. Oh, and I almost forgot about my favorite band, Small Ghosts. Come on out and check us out. October 22nd, doors at 8, music at 9. Be there. Or be square.
Start walking that walk. It's getting so hard to understand.
Here's my first guest, I guess my only guest tonight, Dustin Sawyer. When did you get so animated? I remember you being a quiet guy, and then I saw that video, and I hit you up and said, hey, you want to come on the show?
I would have to say it was probably during COVID. I was sitting at home and I was.
We all lost our mind a little bit.
Yeah, well, I just like the more that people do, isn't it? Right, the more you can do. So
right.
I had done been fortunate enough to do some good photography photos, and I never did any video work at all. And the guy that I work with, named Cody Setzer, great homie, one of my best friends.
Right.
He runs Alien Productions, and he's always wanted to do something, but never really stretched out and done a lot. So
I've looked into his work and he's pretty amazing. Does he have a website you can plug? Give him a plug, man. Give him a plug.
Yeah, he's on the Instagrams. That's his big one that he loads everything on there for the most part. But on YouTube, you can follow him. That's where we load all our content.
Right.
So
well, this is Capital Underground face to face. This is my friend Dustin Sawyer. We met, I don't know, over 10 years ago through music, no matter what genre it was, but either me playing in Gloversville or in Amsterdam was there a place called Deerfields there? I know there was Redmond Hall and there was the Upper Deck.
Yep, we did. Redmond's that's where I remember seeing you
right.
last call. Back
right, okay.
Band back then.
We crossed paths many times, and you definitely, I guess, will fall and do fall under the category of Capital Underground alumni, playing some of the first Capital Underground live shows at Bombers in Troy. And
yep.
That's where we really got connected. And you've always been one to record music. And now I guess we should pop this up this weekend. You're ready to release another EP. So what CD EP album is this for you, actually?
This is my third one now.
Third. Okay. So we'll do a little history. What's this one right here?
That was the last album. And that album
was the last album. So the first album was this one?
Yep, absolutely.
And okay, so tell us about this first album and how you got there.
I was really a late bloomer. I always loved music. I played drums, I played bass, but I never really played guitar or anything. I always wanted to do it. So as I graduated high school, I jumped into it and wanted to do it really bad, but I never had anyone to play with. So I just kind of self-taught myself to play and hear what I hear and like what I like. So then I had a son and realized that, like, I wasn't getting any younger. So that was my first recording. I was 32, which I'm 37 now, was my first one.
And were you playing different style of music, or did you just jump right into? You kind of just jumped right into this, right? Is that when I first met you, when you were just jumping into music?
Yeah. I just took a stab at it. I mean, there was not a lot going on in my local area, so I tried to do a show there, and then it just branched out good. I was really fortunate to meet people like you and like my buddy Brian Michael from Glens Falls, and I just through that we networked so many bands, and I was fortunate to play a ton of shows over that 2-year stretch of me recording those past 2 albums. I played just under 100 shows. So I mean, I've been lucky, very lucky.
Yeah. So you definitely did it. And then so there's 3 CDs. So we're gonna start. That's the first one. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
And
from one comes many.
Yep.
And then there is this one, which is 33.
Yep. Which like a quick little snippet. I was fortunate as anything. Tucker Rule, the drummer of Thursday, who was my childhood favorite band, played drums on the track on there, Shivering and Shaking.
Wow, how'd that happen? That's good. That's a big one that I didn't know about.
Valentine's. I was young. Teddy Toll.
Albany. Okay, so you
Teddy
connected
Toll
by
let me
going
in
to
early to
his band.
shows.
Really?
Yeah, we used to drive from, Albany for us is like an hour from where I am. So when I was 15, 16, whoever had a car, we'd go to Valentine's and see whoever it was.
Now, if you want to know where he's from, I guess it would be from this right here. And this is a map from 1856 of Gloversville. So I thought we'd pull up some of your history, because the main thing here, though, Dustin, seriously, is that there's an amazing amount of musicians that come out of that area, especially punk, pop punk, hardcore, rock and roll. I don't know. I guess I would call you something of a dark truth to punk rock and folk music. And I guess I don't know where to really think about it. I guess we'll have to show a video in a little bit, and we'll be premiering a new tune this week on Capital Underground Radio. But how would you describe your music?
Oh boy, honest. I try to write, what I've been through or what I'm feeling at that moment. I've lived quite a life. I've had really, really good moments. I've had really bad moments. And I just feel like, for me, all the music that always relates to me isn't always the best person that's got the best voice. It's the person that tells the truth the most. So, I try to put it all out there. It's kind of like my personal own therapy to write my own music. So, I don't know. I have a lot of people that say, you're a songwriter, it works. Then I don't have to have any kind of barrier on what I'm supposed to sound like or what the next one has to sound like. Or
right. Shouldn't be forced. I guess the word is, I'm going to use a big one for Ralph. It's contrived. It shouldn't be contrived. Someone once told me that. It shouldn't be forced. And it took me a while to learn that, because I was trying like hell when I started Let Go Daylight to write this rock and roll that, coming out of a hardcore thing and trying to go there. But you know what? It took some years to kind of actually get what that word meant. You can't force it. It has to come from the heart, has to come from the brain, how you're feeling.
With me too, like back to you were talking about our local scene there. It was we were so fortunate, back when people were stuffing Valentine's full. I know you played Redmond's Hall a lot of days there with all the hardcore shows.
Yeah, but I played a lot of Valentine's too, man. That's our hometown.
Yeah, we were getting 200-300 people though in Johnstown, New York, at this little small, hall, and it was a blast. So
those were the best shows, though.
Yeah, and I grew up though, that was normal. It was
fun for you, and it was fun for us. And if it's fun for the people that go there, there's a reason why. Upstairs and downstairs at Redmond's Hall, played both of them.
Yeah, and that's a big thing is there's such a tight knit community here. You have a bunch of awesome local musicians. I know you deal with the guys from Totally Gnarly and stuff.
Hell yeah.
And they're like my
Hell yeah.
hometown buddies. Like I grew up working with one of them in a restaurant. Do you know what I'm saying? Like they're all my
So
buddies.
Totally Gnarly. Renewal of Faith.
Renewal of Faith. And
Intraction. So these are all the bands that we're talking about, and
Yeah.
those are all your friends. Like you said, you're working with them,
Yeah.
and you're going to be working with a bunch of these guys. Totally Gnarly. So let's break down the show for this week.
Yeah.
There's the flyer. You can see the flyer on the screen, and if we move to the side, we'll both not be cut off. Be like, oh, we're here, man. Yay.
Yeah.
Got swing the other side.
Exactly.
So go ahead and break this down now. You were telling me on the phone earlier, or right? No, we were on this, testing this out. Tell me about the special guests and who everybody is and first performances by this one and that.
Yeah. So we have Tony Zalone playing, who is actually the guitar player of Totally Gnarly. Like,
yeah,
playing his first solo show, and
that's cool.
He's a jukebox.
Yep.
He knows a bunch of, I mean, he knows 50s, 60s, 70s songs. He knows current music. So I'm excited.
And he's a punk. He's a real fucking deal punk rocker too.
And
I don't say that about many people.
No, dude, he is a great human. He is one of my.
He's a good human, but he's a real deal punk rocker though, man. When he plays and you look at him, there's nothing fake or rehearsed going on there. It's real, and he's giving his best. Totally Gnarly, man. That band's got to come back and play some more. But it's cool to see him do that. So go on. There's more to this, though. So there's more gnarliness to this show.
Then we got my buddy Kyle Ricks, who he does like a bunch of like the local. He does like a bunch of the farmers markets. He plays the coffee events. Look at me bouncing.
Yeah, bouncing too.
Yeah. But no, Kyle, he's another one of those guys that he's got original tunes, and he's one of the few people I know that like covers music and actually does it justice. And I mean that because I don't cover music very often,
right?
I'm not very good at it.
Right.
It's a certain knack. So
that's cool.
Those guys, I'm really excited.
It's like 2 debuts kind of for this show.
Yeah. Kyle plays all the time.
And what's the deal with Small Ghosts? Is that who's with you now? And that's kind of the other part of it all?
No, they're coming from Glens Falls area. It's actually
band.
It's Asa Morris's new band.
Excellent. Asa, please send in your Small Ghosts, please, to Capital Underground. We want to hear it. Great. Oh, that's awesome. That's a cool announcement that you just made.
Asa, he's
I didn't
one
know
of those
that.
guys that he's got his fingers involved in a million different acts always.
You should know the name Asa Morris if you're from the
yeah,
area,
they wrote a really good article about Asa in the Times about all his releases just a couple weeks ago here. Super talented guy.
Yep.
And they just they released a few songs on YouTube, a little 3-song set, and it absolutely rips.
And then you are going to be performing with some friends. Now tell us about that, because you're normally solo.
Yeah, I'm actually like lucky enough. Tim Lynch of the recording company out of Sloansville, New York, which is who records and produces, plays keys, plays drums, plays bass. Anything I ask him to do, he does.
He's a one-man army there.
Yeah,
That's
I can't
great.
talk well enough about him, but he's going to sit and play the keys with me.
Right.
And then back to Totally Gnarly again.
Right.
Their lead singer, Glenn's going to sit in and do percussion with me for a few songs as well.
The singer from Totally Gnarly is going to play some bongos?
Well, he's going to play
a cajon?
He's going to play a little cajon, and he's going to play a little shaker and tambourine too.
No, that's fucking great. And you know what? You know what makes this show even better? Not to interrupt you, but I'm so excited that all that news. It's at Aaron's Irish Pub, and this is what you were talking about earlier. It was you were touching down on these shows, that shows, and you had to do it yourself. And you did, and I see a lot of the bands Totally Gnarly. A lot of you play at that Aaron's Irish Pub and kind of made it a music venue. Tell us about the history of Aaron's Irish Pub. I mean, I don't know if it's on the map here of Gloversville from 1856, but
I'm not sure either on the heritage there. But no, we've been fortunate enough to be doing shows there for a while, and even before I was doing shows, Totally Gnarly was doing shows, or they were in some form of another band of Ratorum or Tolman Town, or they've been in so many local acts. So, but they always did shows there, and they really started. Adam Hannes from Totally Gnarly started a big event called Jamzilla, which just year after year after year blew up, and it was an Alzheimer's research benefit. And then that became like the home court from there on.
Yep.
Do you know what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
Like when I've been talking about this to everybody, I'm like, this is my home court, because a bunch of people said, why didn't you release in Albany or Saratoga, or like this is my home. you know?
Absolutely.
This area is my community. So, like, yeah, I would love to do something, maybe play Putnam or do something around that area and get out after this.
Right.
But I mean, for me to drop it, there's no more fun area than to be able to have my
And
parents.
all of your friends and your family are going to come, and that's where your fan base starts. Share the video, please. My name is Ralph Renna. I'm here with my old friend, and I do call you an old friend. And we were sharing music today for off the record and all that, and you were giving me your opinion, and great, and I respect that, and thank you. We're sponsored by Police Hotel in Putnam Place. Thank you to That Fuzzing Rock Show for letting us use this platform. If you have any questions or comments or just want to talk some shit, just post them in the comments. And you got us both here live. You can ask either of us questions, but Dustin is the man of the hour. I want to play some music. Now, what I've been doing on the show is playing music, but man, I got a couple of your videos and I didn't tell you, but I want to run one of them. Okay.
All right. Yeah.
All right. So we're going to be here for a little bit. And so we might as well show everybody what you got. This isn't brand new, but this came out about a year ago. And I'm just going to run it because I think it's really fucking cool.
Father, forgive me, 'cause I know what I do. Given that opportunity to walk a mile inside your shoes, less time in that good book, start living what you talk. Less time on that high horse, start walking that walk. It's getting so hard to understand. 40 days and nights with nothing but sand. I guess I'll skip that promised land. I'm an alien. I'm using that pulpit just to stand. Magical powers inside of these hands, but these stories are getting so bland. I'm an alien. Beam me up. Take me away. Father, can you hear me? Or do I need to shout? Not sure what I believe in, but it's seated in doubt. It's getting so hard to understand. 40 days and nights with nothing but sand, and magical powers inside of these hands. I'm an alien. Beam me up. Take me away.
Some cool stuff. It's a tune called "Take Me Away." That's not part of the new record. Yes, no.
Yeah, that is.
That is okay. So that's why I was like, we should play this instead of me just, it's a video show, so we should show everybody. So man, that's why I said some kind of punk folk coming from a dark place or something. That's why I was, because of that video and that imagery. And tell us about the song first of all. And it's
just
from a dark place, it seems like.
Yeah, well, it's that one's more of just like my constant not knowing, I guess would be the best way to say it. But I'm more of a visual guy. I as a kid I saw a UFO one time. Believe in UFOs forever, but if I don't see it, it's hard for me to believe it.
Dude, do tell, please. Just forget about the video in the song.
Just forget about the video.
Just forget about the video in the song for a minute. Let's talk fucking UFOs.
About it. Everyone's gonna be, he's wicked crazy. This guy's so crazy. But I as a kid, I was with my mother and my brother actually, and I saw a UFO as a kid, and it was like you always see it on TV. It was 3 little triangle lights. And it always stayed with me. And that was like one of those things it was like a kind of like a math issue. Like it's, if I can't see it, it's always been it's not for me to say it's not real or it's not You know what I mean? But I've always struggled. So for me, like, it was more of a, like, it's easier for me to believe in aliens than it is for me to have an answer on what as after this, if that makes any sense there.
You saw a fucking UFO.
Yeah,
Did you really tell me about it? When was it? When did that happen? You met an alien? Now that's very interesting.
Oh no, I said Ancient Aliens, the TV show. That's like it hooked me on all that stuff as a kid, though. Like,
I got you. Okay,
it was just one of those things. Though. It was there,
right?
I've never seen anything move like it. And I mean,
right.
I saw it, and my mother saw it, and my brother saw it, and it always stayed with me. I was actually just talking to my mom.
How old were you, man? How old were you when this happened?
I would say I was probably 11, 12. If I'm guessing.
Was it? Let me just ask though. Was it in Gloversville?
Yeah. It was right on Route 30, right by the hospital.
UFOs, and I believe you, because I do believe in it, and I live out in the country, out in Averill Park, Wine and Skill area, man, and I see shit all the time. So there's the map of Gloversville again from 1856. I pulled it up because it just looks so cool. Here's another map of Gloversville. There we go. Okay, so we're talking north, south, west. Whereabouts on the map would you say?
I'm trying to look at.
You don't have to point at it, but I'm just saying.
No, I'm trying to look, but I mean, you're talking like it would be more north, like on your way to Mayfield,
right?
Heading that way. So like, I know you've been out there. Do you know where that hospital is? Right on Route 30.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So it was coming from like where the Walmart and the Hannaford used to be. Now it's just the Hannaford,
right?
But coming that way, we were at the pizza place picking up food, and we left, and my mom pulled over and was like, "You guys got to see this! Like, do you see this?"
She couldn't drive.
And I pulled over, and I mean, I didn't pull over. I popped my head out the window though, and it never left me. It was one of those things. So for me,
do you believe in ghosts?
No, because I've never seen one.
I do. You believe in UFOs, but I've felt and saw a ghost.
But that's what I mean. If I saw one, I would.
I worked, and it must be the area. This area here, Johnstown, a map from 1856. Close to it is Amsterdam, New York.
Yeah.
And there used to be a radio station there called 97.7 WKOL-FM. I'm Kevin Stone. Yeah, I used to use that. Yeah, we're playing oldies all the time. And I worked there, and there was a ghost in there. Her name was Julie. I guess they locked her in her room, her mother, because her father left, and they locked her in her room, and she died in her room. And then years later, they sold it, and they built the fucking studio in her room. So I'm there like, hey, how you doing? 18 years old, all happy, drove an hour to make like $4 an hour. If I think that $2 an hour, maybe, and then boom, it hit me. And I saw the shadow and I stepped in. It got real cold. And yeah, I'm a believer. UFOs, dead people coming back and talking to us.
Yeah. See, for me, it was just like, that was like one of those, the take me away line was just like, it was almost meant to be silly when I first wrote it. Cause I was like, it's just more of I already know you're there. It's hard for me to just believe it and not see it, it just happens to be a glitch in my matrix,
This came out after the pandemic hit, and we were all, because we were saying earlier, wow, the pandemic hit and I had all this music. So just everybody was the same way with everything, studio recording. And so that came out, and it just seemed like it hit at the right time. It's almost like it's getting lost. You're kind of getting lost in it. And where was all that video footage shot?
That was shot out in Edinburgh. Which is just north of here, but it was just shot. The guy that I do all the work with, he has his parents have a property right on a little stream.
Right,
I mean, you can't ask for any better. And
he seems to help you with all your videos.
Yeah, he is the video guy. I can't. Alien Productions again. Go give him a follow on the.
Does it have anything to do with you and your family being not abducted?
No. He's another guy that
he's a believer. I'm a believer too, man.
And he's a pug lover. He's got.
I'm a pug lover. I'm a bulldog lover. Yeah, same. They're all just.
So
they're all pigs. They're all pigs. I love them. And they're pigs running around my house.
Biggie right now. He's got two big pugs. I was just down there today. He was taking pictures. Because I'm doing a boatload of giveaways for the show.
Yeah. So this.
Yeah.
Okay. So you sent me somewhere for these, right? Let's give that guy a plug. The website you sent me.
Yeah. BradyMullins.com. That's who's done all of my design work from start to finish.
Including the newest that you're going to be releasing.
Yeah. Every t-shirt design, every album, start to finish. You need work, hit them up.
Yeah. Go ahead, plug them again. I got a website.
Yeah. It's www.bradymullins.com.
Mullins, Mullens.
INS.
INSC. That's why we had to get spell check.
Yeah.
I've been spell checked by Dustin Sawyer. Yeah, it seems like an interesting show. You got a great lineup. What are plans after this, though? Like you said, I may hit up this bar, I may hit up that bar. But have you ever? I know you have a family, and it's tough because we're all full-time musicians with full-time love and passion, but only part-time availability.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that goes on with you too. Have you ever said, okay, I got to just get out of here for 2 weeks and just jump in the car with my guitar, and if I'm not booked, I'm gonna hit an open mic in this town or whatever. You think you're ever gonna get out there and do?
No. I'm
All right,
comfortable.
you don't have to go any further. That's fine.
No, you know what, though? I'm so comfortable in my life. Like
That's cool.
I love my wife. I love my son. Like I got a 14-year-old son, and my wife and I have been together 16 years and going. Like, you know, like I would love, like, it would be great if I wrote that song and someone said, like, here are all the terms. Not we did all the work. Now you can go out and do it. But for me to, I really enjoy writing music. I really enjoy like sitting down, and like the video work's been a blast. We were like,
right.
We were like,
The videos look fun to make, and it looks like you have a vision.
Yeah, and like with us, we're always bouncing ideas, and like I always dreamed like I could do more, and do this.
Do you think that there'll be an acting or maybe a possible comedic acting career for you? Because this other side of you has been coming out. And for those of you who are here with us now and weren't here in the beginning, I think we should show you the reason why he's wearing flannel right now and how it relates to this weekend show. And I think we should run the promo one more time and just let people see, because there's people hanging out with us. What do you think? Yeah, should I roll it or?
Yeah, roll it.
Roll it. Roll.
Whoa. Hey there. Hey, follow me.
Hey there, I'm Dustin Sawyer, and I'm throwing a release show, October 22nd. Wear a flannel like one of these, get a door prize like one of these. I'll be joined by some of my best friends and heroes, like Tony Zalone of the great band Total Army, and local heartthrob, Kyle Brooks. Oh, and don't forget, if you wear one of these flannels, you get a giveaway. Like one of these sweet coolers. Oh, and I almost forgot about my favorite band, Small Ghosts. Come on out and check us out. October 22nd, doors at 8, music at 9.
Be there. Or be square.
Start walking that walk. It's getting so hard to understand.
I love it, dude. It's like from a guy you don't expect it from, and that's a good thing because that's your humor. And that's it. And it's okay to let your guard down and just get out there and just take your shirt off and go, look at me, fucking
show off my
what I've been doing for the past 3 years, and here's some fucking music, and I'm gonna throw. So where did that whole concept come up with? Because that's what grabbed me and go, man, I haven't talked to him in a while. I got to get a hold of him.
It started as like when I first was recording, so I split my my recording session this time into two different splits, So I went and did 3 or 4 songs, and I took 6 months off and just obsessed over them. And then I went back and did another handful, and I ended up having 7 here for the album. But it all started out, we were like, what are we going to do for promo videos? So I dressed up as a clown, and I went to Walmart and was like, how cheap can I do this? Let's just try it.
No, I'm so glad you didn't do.
No, I did do that. That was our first promo clips. If you go deeper into the YouTube hole, there's me in those red sweatpants with that.
Oh, that shit's got to be gold. I got to find that. We will post that in the comments if you have any comments. And we do have a comment I see here. All right. And of course, it's Rufus Red checking in for Handsome Bastards. This dude's been trying to get in my Italian pants for how long now? And I love this guy. I might actually let him If I were to
know.
relapse and start drinking again, I might let this dude feel me up.
Well, you got
I
a
love
chance.
him.
You got a
Sing him.
chance if you want to come out Saturday. You know,
Yeah,
he's playing with me.
Yeah, never mind, because he might do it. Now I might get attacked.
But back to
They're
what
calling
you
a
were
special.
saying,
Do they have a special victims unit in Gloversville?
I am sure they do.
Okay, we love you, Rufus. Totally gnarly, and he's going to be playing some percussion with Dustin at Aaron's this week. So thanks for checking in.
Yep. And so when you had said, though, you know, are you doing any acting or think about that at all? I'm actually releasing a short film right now on Instagram.
Yep.
So in my stories, if you go follow me at Dustin Sawyer Music on there, like there's going to be like weekly updates, and it's kind of like a short spaghetti western style.
Yeah, so you put a post up that you're going to be doing some kind of short film thing there. So
yeah, we just released the first 2 clips yesterday. I'm doing it with a good friend of mine, Michael Douglas.
Yeah, look down the bottom of the screen, Facebook and Instagram. Everything's at Dustin Sawyer Music. Go ahead, continue about that film. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, well, he just hit me up and said he always wanted to do film. We were friends when we were younger. He bought a Super 8 camera, so it's real, actual developed film, and he just hit me up and said, you know, are you down to try? And I mean, like I said to you earlier, more is more. The more I can do, I mean, I've got the time and I got the passion. I mean, so we went and started doing that, and it was
arts and it's being creative, and it doesn't matter acting. I mean, I believe it all. If you're going to do it all.
Yeah, and like for me, I feel like it keeps me firing like a young rate. Like I feel like I got this drive again, like I had when I was 18, promoting my hardcore band on blank CDs. You know, it just feels like it keeps me interested.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it does get frustrating too, because you ever get like writer's block? Does that happen? Because it doesn't look like it the way you've been releasing records for the past 8-9 years right now. So
yeah, well, I mean, I've only put out 3, and none of them are full lengths. So I think I just have a habit of obsessing over one thing, whether it's music for 3 months or it's video games for 3 months or whatever it is. So for me, it's like when I have it, I get so deep in a niche and I'll write 4 or 5 songs at a rep. And when I don't have it, I think I've got better recently at just letting it go for a week, you know, not beating the dead horse, you know?
Yeah, you said obsessing. So when I first watched this video, I thought OCD.
Yeah, no, that's like my biggest issue. Like on a lot of my songs, I talk about it. Like, it's just like I have this problem where it's who I am. You know what I mean? Like I had during COVID, I'll tell you, I'm really good at Fortnite, you know? I can sure play video games really well, but
let's play some more music. If this is the video I was referring to, or it made me more wonder about him again, think maybe the OCD's kicking in, but I got it too.
I'm not gonna pretend like I know what you're gonna say, 'cause every time I plan on something, it just goes the other way. What's wrong with me? I wish I knew. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with you? Self-inflicted pain was the least of your abuse. I'm holding on to this thread, abiding by our truths. What's wrong with me? I'm getting clear, but I'm still so full. Mixed emotions, you see. Can you see? I know where I'm gonna go.
Yeah, it's an interesting ending to a song. Because it falls me out. I was like, oh, where's this going? Obey and Abide. That come out like I guess a few months after the Take Me Away video.
Yep.
Again from the new record.
Yep, as everything on that.
Right, and we're going to be debuting a new song. I figured since we were doing video, we should show videos. And he's got a new song that he gave me, and we'll be premiering that on Capital Underground Radio Podcast for audio only, headphones only, yo. Tell us about that tune, man. And yeah, we'll just go. You go with it. I don't really want to ask 3 questions at once. There's one.
That's probably my favorite song from the record. As in, honestly, it's just back to that struggle. I mean, the last line of that one is, you know, I'm not going to pretend like I know where I'm going to go, because whether you know, I know where I'm going or not, I've lived a 50-50 life, you know. It's that constant, like I said to you, it's that, you know, got to see it to believe it. So it's that constant struggle. It's back to that not knowing. It's like that constant searching and trying to figure out what it is. And for me, I feel like the best way to deal with all that is to get it out, talk about it. You know, we're having this discussion about it because of that song. You know, it's pretty cool to me that that's where it is now.
And I'm really glad that you worked wood whittling in.
Soapstone carving.
Soapstone carving was invented in 1856 in Gloversville by Dustin's great grandfather. No, talk about that.
I did soapstone carving in high school, and it was like I did a bunch of art classes. I didn't do any of the music classes because that made any sense, you know. But I really enjoyed doing that. So a year or two ago, I said to my wife, like, I'd like to carve soapstone. So she bought me it. She bought me all that stuff for either a Father's Day or Christmas. Don't quote me on which one it was, but and I always said I wanted to do it. So after we had done the Take Me Away video, we were like, well, what else do you have for props that we can use? And I was like, well, I got all this soapstone. So we jumped on it and carved it. And I mean, with the shots of it, I feel like he did a good job at really showing the tools as like almost like a Dexter, you know, like it. For a song that's so soft, it still gave it this like dark undertone with all the carving and the pulling away the layers. And for me, it just felt like it really matched. Like, you know, like there's like a gratification point when I am carving in that and it breaks and you can see in my eyes, like finally, which like, it's silly, but like we sat there carving the middle of that thing
Not
for 2
silly.
hours.
Well, no, it's more artistic development than anyone that I know in the capital region has in their pinky. There's a group of you that are very creative to take it to
well, for me though, like,
how do I want to put my feeling across into music? Now, how am I visually going to interpret a different interpretation but relate to the music?
But like the editing in that was just so perfect,
right?
Because the shot though, we literally spent an hour and a half trying to get through that middle because it's so hard. So like when I break and you see me go like, oh, I did it. It's real. It's like, oh my goodness, I'm finally done carving. Like the next day I woke up and I was like, my arm is so sore, you know?
Right.
But
my arm hurts in the morning too, but that's for a different reason. Right, Rufus?
I appreciate you asking about that. But,
no, that's cool because I try not to miss any of that, you know? That's a very important part.
I haven't dropped all of it online and showed everybody. These are
merchandise. Put it up there. So this merch.
Yeah, this is all available at the CD release show. First come, first serve. And there's t-shirts, 2 different designs. We got that hooded sweatshirt, and then for the giveaways, there's a boatload of stuff. I'm really excited with the way the merch came out. But giveaways is just I went overboard, I think, but I hope everyone comes out. If you're wearing a red and black flannel, you're the first 100 in the door.
That is going to be one fucking amazing picture. That has to be done.
It's going to be turned into Where's Waldo, is my hoping.
I want to see a picture from the stage with everybody in those flannels, and I know that Gloversville and all our friends out there and your lifetime friends and family they're gonna get down that way. And that's going to
my
be
thing
awesome.
is
It's got to be a
it's-
picture.
It's basically making everyone dress up as me for Halloween because
I don't care if it's I don't care if it's midnight and I can't make it to the show.
yeah.
But text me that picture. I want to see that picture from stage. And I'm sure there's going to be some drinking going on because with a place called Aaron's Irish Pub, I'm guessing that there's going to be some drinking going on. And how about the food? Do they have food there too? Is this a
They
food
have
type
food.
place?
Oh
or
yeah,
just
they
a
have
pub?
food. They have like the best. They have some of the best wings.
Right. So get there early, man, and get there. The shows doors are at 8. The music starts at 9. You roll in 7:30, 8 o'clock. Go
Yeah,
there, get some
I'm
dinner.
gonna do my best to get there and eat chicken wings and drink a couple
Yeah.
light beers and be an adult before I play.
Yep.
But for the giveaways, like, for the first 100 in the door wearing the red and black flannel, I did so much stuff. There's coolers. I duct tape coolers and threw my logos on them. I got one right here. You can see this one's Godzilla.
Yeah.
Pull over here.
Hold on.
It's
I have to take the flyer away.
yeah.
And let me give you the whole screen.
So there you go. There's one of the coolers. So these are a part of the giveaways here. And I was fortunate enough, a good friend of mine, Ashley Johnson, printed all the logos off and used it on the Cricut. So I made those. I made homemade duct tape wallets. That was one of those OCD habits as a teenager when I was a kid. I put together poster packs, the $50 that I used in the Take Me Away video. I'm giving away 10 of those and the giveaways. 100 stickers. I made 2 Christmas decorations.
Yep.
You might say OCD. I might say you might be right.
No, it's not though. I'm the same way, and I know that Rufus is, and everyone else is who's passionate about their music and our music scene, and the enthusiasm. I mean, come on, we've been on boats, we've been at fairs, we've been in Redmond's Hall, we've been in a lot of different places. It's been fun.
It's just me, man. If I don't do it, there's no one else doing it.
Do we see for FYI, red and black flannel is referred to as buffalo plaid?
Yeah. Oh, if you show up in a flannel,
right?
It's close enough for me.
Okay.
If it's red and black flannel, there's no the door guy's not gonna rub tell you can't come in.
Right. It's cool. It'll be a cool picture.
And all the giveaways will be dealt with right at my merch table. So like I've got all that there. And while I have you right here, the last thing I didn't show you is the copies of the album. I only printed 100 physical.
We were talking about that today. What a different world it is today. I mean, printing. I'm gonna print. I can see it. Printing 1,000 CDs isn't really necessary anymore. But you told me the actual you're gonna have a few of those CDs for sale Saturday night at Aaron's Irish Pub, correct?
Yep, 100. That's 100 prints. That's it. So it's the same
thing
with the t-shirt.
It's going to be coming out. It's going to be coming out available after November 1st, right on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, and of course wherever you can stream music. That's a whole other world. It goes from all right, I'm going to order 500 CDs or 1,000 CDs to I'm going to order 100 CDs just to give people. Why don't we? I was thinking this. What if everybody just started getting these hard drives and with your logo on it, and you just hand those to people, and that's it. But do people are they on their phone or on their computer? It has to be digital, online. It has to be at everyone's touch.
Are you decorating them? That's where I'm hoping to win is with all the knickknack stuff.
Exactly.
Because I mean, like some of the coolest stuff I've seen is the tape releases. I know a lot of the local guys are doing that.
Cassette tapes are coming back, and they're kind of starting to blow away vinyl.
Cool. I mean, I would love to have one printed on cassette. I mean,
but don't you think? I mean, it's like bringing the 8-track back. Do you think maybe the cassette tape, the quality of cassette tape, just isn't quite what a clean vinyl or even a digitized song? What do you think?
That's my problem. I love vinyl.
How retro are you?
I don't have any vinyl. I'm that guy. I have like 3 vinyls.
Me either.
And I have
3, man. I'm all
because I have one of my favorite bands is Murder by Death, and they released a Christmas album, and I was like, I'm buying it. And we bought a record player, and like I wish I had the room to have a setup and have a bunch of records. But I mean, I'm the guilty guy. I am YouTube 90% of the time, or Spotify, or Pandora, or And like you were saying, that's a bunch of extra nonsense. Luckily, you know,
It really is all just.
that's why I work
nonsense.
with a company that does everything, and I figure it out and sign my name at the end of it, and it's done. You know, because it's so much extra work.
Mhm.
It's such a weird, like for me, like there was nothing cooler than buying someone's CD. It's wild to me that I ordered 100 copies. Like, and you know, I mean, there's still a knack to that. You know, 100 people want copies of it.
Yeah.
But like you were saying, 1,000 CDs would have been nothing 15 years ago.
Yeah,
10
but
years
people
ago.
want T-shirts and they want pins and all that cool stuff, so you got to print it up, and that's great. I have another question about this Dustin Sawyer. Will we ever see Dustin Sawyer and the Mayfield Bridge Band or something like that? The Mayfield Dam Band.
I would look.
That's,
You heard
yo,
it
did
first.
I just come up with your band
You
name?
heard it first. I would love to play and collab with more people. It's
Dustin
just,
Sawyer and the Mayfield Dam Band. Because
Yeah.
that come up when I was looking for maps of Gloversville, and I found this one from 1856. So, but also what come up first was the Mayfield Dam. And I'm like, holy shit, I better remember this. So I had to write it down, and I just noticed it. And I was like, Dustin Sawyer and the Mayfield Dam Band.
Yeah, no, I would love to. That's my next idea here is to try to record a full album and, you know, be full band, find a drummer, find a, you know, guitar player, bassist in a dream world. For me, I've been playing alone for so long that it's like it's hard for me to rely on anybody else.
But
what I'm put in.
would you consider
Yes, I would gladly do more. Like I am so excited.
would you consider calling the band Dustin Sawyer and the Mayfield Dam Band? Not like
Yeah.
Dam Band.
No,
The Mayfield Dam is
I know,
historic.
it sounds.
I don't get it. I just saw it online today. You need to tell me more about this history of this dam.
This dam. I don't.
This dam.
You know, I don't know.
Damn.
I don't know damn about the dam.
Okay. So yes, a band is looking more.
Yeah, I would.
Probably
love
the
to
only
play-
step that you need to take now, because you've kind of added more to it than just solo, and now
Yeah, ideally
band,
that's the
a
plan
damn
here. Is that
band.
I would love to expand to be able to do more. I'm really excited that I get to get joined with Glenn and Tim from the recording company and be a
Well,
3-piece.
maybe Glenn will be part of Dustin Sawyer and the Mayfield Dam Band. I,
I
think
mean,
it's got a ring to
he-
it. I don't
He
want
is a
credit
May-
for
he is
it.
a Mayfield
We
guy.
can let everybody. We can just erase this video and just tell everybody Rufus made the name up. You know.
Yeah, you're really
Right.
selling this here. But no, I would love to though. That ideally that would be where this
Yep.
would all eventually fall out to. It's just for me it's back to that I'm just stubborn. I've done it on my own so long. Like I kind of like the drive, I like the anxiety, I like the pressure, I
The
like
control.
the control, maybe
The
a little bit.
control.
You know, for it's and
Are
like,
you a control freak?
No, but I'm not a very good guitar player as in reading music or following other musicians. So unless you want to come play my stuff, it's hard for me to play on your stuff. You know, it's the truth.
You quickly said no. Respect.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
So no, that's good, because it's hard. It's hard to not want control or have things a certain way, and I
And
get
I
that.
started so late in that, you know, like a lot of those guys in my scene, like started playing shows 18, 19 alone. You know, I started doing that at like 31, 32, you know.
Right.
I took my bumps and bruises young, and then it just kept pushing me to just do more and be weirder and expand more. And I mean, it's fun, man. And
But through these
appreciate
three records, do you feel like you've? I mean, it's not. Is this a typical generic question? Do you feel like you've grown as a musician? Because I've seen you grown. I've seen you grow as a musician from
like
from
going back
Bombers,
and listening to the
starting at
first album.
Bombers, and then now.
Yeah, I mean, I remember you going, I really like some of your songs, but you got to sing in the microphone. You literally, you got to put your mouth on the
And
microphone.
that's why, because someone just told me that too. Because
Ooh, and you said
you
it
got to
to
learn
me,
dynamics of the
and
mic.
and
Gotta
you
sing.
crippled me like this, you know, that was like the
No,
start
it
of
didn't. Fuck
playing
you,
up.
dude. Come on, you ruined me. That's why it took me 6 years to put a record out. No,
Yeah.
seriously, but I'm honest. I give my honest opinion. But
Yeah.
I
but
heard something. You were
one
singing
of
to the
first
room,
people.
though.
Yeah, no, but you were on me though, and you were like, you got to get on the mic, get on that mic. And I got on the mic, and you're like, that was really good. You got to get on the mic. Like,
There it is.
So I
helps.
appreciate you, man.
I hope.
You've reached out to me year after year.
My Brillo pad tactics is just love for your music and just wanting, because you want, people are like, you know, all you ever hear when someone gets off stage, what's the first thing you hear from everybody in the crowd? What do they say?
You did great.
Great set.
Yeah.
Good set. Good set. They're all fucking lying. Most of them. Okay, so
there's nothing better
or
than
some of
knowing,
them are, right?
Yeah, there's nothing better than knowing you didn't kill it and being told you killed it.
Yeah. One band asked me and they said, you know, what do you think? So you guys are great, but remember, there's one golden rule. And they're like, what's that? And I'm like, your band's only as good as your drummer is. I'll talk to you next week. And I went out the door and that was it. And then he called me that week and he's like, what'd you mean? I'm like, your drummer's really good. I go, but just tighten it all up or get another drummer. And they got another drummer. And I was honest, because it's tough when if a drummer don't lead a band, you know? So this Saturday is going to be a shindig.
It sure is.
Let's give that info one more time, because we are going to say goodbye real soon, but it's been fun and I don't want to sign off yet. So we're not going to. Please share the video after it's over with. Replay. We want to get as much promoted here for this Saturday show at Aaron's Irish Pub. And that is at 231 North Main Street in Gloversville, New York. You said you live in Northville now, huh?
I do.
Not too far from there though, right?
No, 15 minutes down the road.
Right. So you have a lot of landscape and a lot of history, and the dam band and the Mayfield Dam, and then of course Gloversville for not wood whittling. What's it called? Soap carving?
Yeah, soapstone carving.
Soapstone carving.
Add that to my channel. I should probably update my Facebook profile, Han.
You should definitely do a little bit more instructional videos of your life and around your music, and maybe not even about the music, but I just think it's pretty cool, man. Something I don't do, you know?
Yeah, well, look, it's all fun, man. It's all some form of release, you know. You got to get it out. Get it out.
We're sponsored by Paulie's Hotel, and we're sponsored by Putnam Place. Thank you. Thanks, Dustin, for being here and going with the flow and, you know, flipping around the times and seeing when we're going to go. And I hope everybody goes out and sees you. I hope everybody wears a flannel, and I hope you sell out of those 100 CDs.
Hey, I appreciate you, man. And face to face, you're the man. I appreciate you, dude. Thank you so much for having me on here, and thanks for everybody for tuning in.
Face to face. You used it in the name.
Hey, I love it.
All
so thank you so much for having me on, man. Always good chatting.
All right, man. Good seeing you. Dustin Sawyer, everyone. CapitalUndergroundRadio.com. This is Face to Face, and I guess we will see you when we see you. Take care.